Hey guys, how you doing? Coach Chim here, Justin Garcia. I'm here to talk to you about another topic. Today we're talking about parents of jiu-jitsu students. Okay, now I'm not talking about, your son's a 25-year-old who wants to be the next Randy Couture. I'm talking about, you have a child program age son or daughter. Usually 4 to 12 seems to be the norm. And you're now a parent who has a student training MMA. Now, it could be you're already a parent whose kid's in a program, or it could be you're looking to get your son and daughter into a program. And today what I want to do is I want to talk to you about some of the things that I wish that I could really sit a parent down in the beginning of their child training and explain to them. And what I call it, what we call it here at the Jungle Gym, is pit bullying. Okay? And pit bullying means, yes, we use it to describe sort of turning your son or daughter into a pit bull in MMA. Now what that means is, basically there's 3 stages of bringing a child from they've never trained before to they are well on their way to success in MMA and or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And there are 3 stages of pit bullying that we have here. And it is, number 1, having fun. Number 2, toughening your son or daughter up. And number 3, it's the actual technique. Now, let me explain. Step 1, I want to have your son or daughter have fun in the class. Now, what does that mean? That doesn't mean that as soon as they join in, we're going to play dodgeball every day, or we're going to be running around playing video games or anything like that, obviously. What I'm trying to describe is the priority in which a parent should put their child's training in. Number 1, I want them having fun. I don't want them looking at the Jungle Gym, and I use the Jungle Gym as an example, obviously. I don't want them looking at the Jungle Gym as a place where they get yelled at. Now, unfortunately, I'm not even talking about by us, because we don't yell at the kids. It's usually the parents that yell at the kids. And this makes sense if you think about it. Okay, let's say you're a jiu-jitsu dad, okay, and your son, Billy, just started training, and you love Billy. That's why you brought him to us in the first place. And Billy started training MMA, got through the initial trial stage, decided to make it a hobby, and decided to pursue MMA as a hobby and a sport. And you guys go to the park, you have fun. You go to the movies, you have fun. Anywhere you go with Billy, you guys have fun. But something changes when you're at the Jungle Gym. You put pressure on Billy. You yell at Billy. The Jungle Gym, for some parents, starts to represent the only place where the parent really pressures and criticizes the child. And in a negative way, I'm talking about. I'm talking about, I've heard parents, after class, how'd you let that kid tap you out? You did it wrong the whole class, you never did it right. And what the parents don't realize is, although they may have the best of intentions, what they're doing is setting up their child for failure. Remember, there's a stage that we start with, and it's having fun. When you're a parent and your child's starting to train jiu-jitsu or MMA, make sure they're having fun. Okay, we can't turn your child into a black belt world champion in 2 months. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is we have to set them up for success. Let jiu-jitsu or MMA be something that they fall in love with. They fall in love with it usually as much as you have. If only as a spectator for most parents. The second stage, after they're starting to have fun, we need to toughen them up. Now that doesn't mean that we bring them to the meat locker and have them punching sides of beef. It doesn't mean we're hitting them with sticks and making them punch trees and stuff. What that means is toughening them up. It means putting them in positions that they may be in for the first time in their lives. Okay, you play basketball, even football. I played football the majority of my growing up. You're never put in some of the positions that MMA and Jiu-Jitsu put you in. Now that could mean being bottom mount and somebody trying to choke you. It could be somebody, on back mount, hooks in, trying to wrap their arm around your neck and you can't get up. It could be being stuck against the wall of the cage while somebody's unleashing a barrage of strikes. And somehow we have to convince the kids, or really educate them, but convince them that it's okay, and it's just a game, and it's just a sport, and everything's all right, and we're all friends. Okay? So after you've gotten them to the point where they love being here, well, you also need to let them know that it's okay to be in these weird positions and not sort of freak out. Aside from that, another big point of toughening up the kids is also, well, what happens if they start losing interest? Okay, and I'm going to get into some secret stuff here, some secret jungle gym kids technique stuff. But one of the things we like to say, and I've picked this up along, educating myself as a school owner. I'm almost in the game 10 years now. It's never usually a matter of, well, if the kids want to stop training. It's when they want to stop training. And it's the same thing as they wake up for school in the morning. Mom, Dad, I don't want to go to school. There's no way you're going to accept that. And let's assume, it's not because you got to go to work and they got to get going. Let's assume that we're thinking of just them for a second. They're going to go to school. Why? Because it's the best thing for them. And that decision has been made a long time ago. And we're not going to let a 5-year-old, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old, whatever the age of the child is, we're not going to let a child make a major decision on what they're going to be doing with their lives. We've come to that conclusion in the beginning together, that training in the martial arts, it's something that's positive, it's something that's going to help them get along in life, and we're going to stick to it. Okay? One of the things that we're never going to do is tell them it's okay to quit. Tell them it's okay, as soon as things start to get rough, it's okay to back off and get the pressure away. Okay? So that's part 2. Now part 3, technique. Now technique, for the most part, it's going to be up to us. It's going to be up to the coaches. We're professionals. We do this full-time, at least in the jungle gym. All the kids instructors are full-time, well-trained, certified instructors. But one of the things with technique is that it needs to be sort of supported by the parents. And what I mean by that is, oftentimes, with the jungle gym, for instance, we give assignments, repetition assignments, practice assignments, just to sort of keep these things fresh in their heads, to sort of bring jiu-jitsu and let them know that's part of their life. It's not just some place they go for an hour or two a day. And we really need the parents to reinforce that. Another reason why it's very important for me to describe the 3rd step as being technique is to really illustrate that it's not the first step. Okay? A lot of parents, it's the first thing they're looking for. How come my son, who's been here for 2 weeks, just got submitted by a kid who's been here for 6 months? I mean, duh, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out why that's the case. But oftentimes the parents, in their overzealous approach to wanting the best for their children, because it really is, that's it, they want the best. But oftentimes they throw their patience right out of the window. Okay? And remember, a short-term approach is never going to give us all the long-term benefits that really led you to bring your child here in the first place. Alright? Thanks so much for watching the video. When it comes to talking about the kids program, this is a program near and dear to my heart. My oldest son, Hayden, just started training himself. And oftentimes, admittedly, it's hard to sit back on the side and let the instructors, do what they do best. Okay? But I'm sticking to it, and hopefully you guys will too. Alright? Again, thanks for watching. Coach Chim fans on Facebook. JungleGymBronx.com is our website. I hope to see you soon. And please, like the video, share the fan page with your friends. Any questions, feel free to put them on the page. Shoot me an email. I get them all the time, and I answer every single one of them. Alright guys, thanks a lot. Peace.